Okay, you're at the Watchmen Way. March 1st, 2020. Good news. We had over 2,100 views last night on the live chat. So it looks like maybe Facebook has stopped our shadow banning. You know, about 6 months ago we were climbing, and I think we worked up to like 3,500 views on a video. And then all of a sudden the bottom dropped out and we were down to like 300. And now it looks like, who knows? That's a good number for last night. Probably been averaging about 600. So it's climbing, which is, I think, good news. Um, Futures for tomorrow at the Dow at about, the futures markets open at 3 o'clock Pacific. Um, about 4 I checked, and it was down 258. And about 15 minutes later, it was down to 309, 306. It's bounced back a little bit, but it's still down 237. It looks like they're trying to hold it. Not a good sign when it's down this far, this early. Um, Keep an eye on it. We'll let you know tomorrow. But I think this week's going to be big. Going to be a big month as far as what's going on. Uh, the virus. Alameda County, Oakland, California, basically, declares state of emergency after medics tested positive for the virus. This coming after the reliability of the test has been questioned. It seems like they're getting a lot of false positives. So it just plays into this whole thing, guys. This is I think every day that goes by, there's more evidence that this is an engineered event. This isn't natural. This is going to be used to blame the collapse of the worldwide economy on. China dodges a bullet because they were going to go down for it, or be blamed for it. And then, of course, it takes the pressure off of President Trump because he naturally, they're already doing it, right? They're already blaming him for they're blaming him for the virus. I don't think he's got anything to do with it. I think China does. Obviously. I mean, listen, this thing has a patent, guys. They traced this thing to a lab in China, Wuhan, right where the outbreak was. Yeah, I mean, no question in my mind that it's at least the Chinese trying to save face, blaming the virus for the collapse instead of, their communist leanings and how they run their economy. That's really what collapsed it. And you can't just blame China here either. We're as guilty as China is. It's like musical chairs, right? Who's going to get stuck without a chair? That's kind of what this game is like. Everybody's trying to be, the last one with a chair because everybody else, is done. It For our practical purposes, it really doesn't make any difference who they blame this on or why it happened. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. This has been going on for 100 years. This just didn't happen in the last 5 or 10 or 20. A lot of notifications here. Is picture okay, guys? The wind's blowing like crazy here. I think we just had the power just went out. I think. It looks like we got a good signal. So, let me know. Uh, So Alameda County declares a state of emergency. Rhode Island announces presumptive case of the virus from somebody who went to Italy. That's how, to me, reporting something like this, guy's been to Italy, so maybe he's got it. Really? Is that news? Or is it there to push the narrative, the fear, the blame? Just the way they angle some of these things. You can see what they're trying to do. Influence, opinion. 2 new cases in California. Israel total hits 10. South Korean death toll hits 22. This is not news, guys. 22,000? Yeah, that's news. 22 for the flu? Mexico case total climbs to 5. This is all in the news, guys. This is being reported. Iraq and Bahrain confirm 6 new cases. 6 being tested in New York City. Italian death total hits 29. The Iran total hits 54. Are you kidding me with these numbers? There's 7.5 billion people in the world. And they're talking about 22 people in South Korea. Is the death toll. 22 in South Korea. This is not what they're saying it is. It's not spreading like it would have to be spreading to get the kind of hype that it's getting, right? Australia reports its first death. UK cases climb to 35. Wow, 35 cases. I'm shaking in my boots. Yeah, Zero Hedge article. Coronavirus, a great opportunity to attack POTUS. The equity and oil futures crash and market open this afternoon. I'm telling you guys, Goldman now sees 2 rate cuts in 2 weeks. That's going to be interesting to see. Does the Fed cut rates? It's going to be based on their history, what they've been doing the last 10 years. They should cut the rates. If they don't, it's a clear indication that the Fed is trying also to bring down the economy. And not that it's going to save us if they cut rates. It just might prolong it. It might buy them some time. And actually, you could go either way with this because, I think kind of both sides want this to crash. I think both President Trump and the deep state want this thing to crash now. President Trump's going to be able to blame it on the coronavirus. Now, they're going to try and blame the economy on President Trump, but it's not going to fly, especially after the swamp drains. It's all good. It's coming together nicely for us, for the good guys, for the white hats. We're winning. Doesn't get any better, guys. Gold jewelry selling at a frantic pace after the surge and the spike and all the volatility that's going on. It just goes to show, guys, that people are hurting. Almost everything they've got is for sale now. The average person. because everybody is at the end. It's tight out there right now. Oh, stores across the country panic, virus panic fuels hoarding. This is another headline. So let me get this straight. Um, to me, that sounds like prepping, right? Being prepared for an emergency. Hoarding makes it sound like you're crazy, right? Like you've got something wrong mentally. You're a hoarder. This is common sense, guys. And it's good news, too, because we need this to happen. We need this to happen now instead of when the banks close and it's, we're in big trouble because then the stores are empty, around the country in an hour when the banks close or martial law is declared or they arrest Obama or Clinton, which is all coming. March is going to be huge. Mainstream media doesn't seem very happy. I have said over and over and over almost every single day, I could not write a better script for this, the way this is going down. Compared to 5 years ago when I started this, Obama was president. I knew we were going to win, but I really couldn't see how we were going to win without millions of Americans dying. Because the deep state was probably as powerful, if not more powerful, than President Trump when he took office. There were more globalists in our government than there were patriots when he took the helm. That we're where we're at, 3 years later, on the verge of man's greatest accomplishment, defeating this evil that's been ruling the world, the Illuminati cabal, deep state, swamp, whatever you want to call them. It's the same people in the royal family. It's the same people at the Vatican. They're satanic pedophiles. And they've been running this world for, probably since Babylon. They've caused every war the last 300 years, every terrorist attack. This is man's greatest accomplishment, defeating these people. We're headed into man's greatest age, greatest transfer of wealth in human history. God has given us the blueprint to not only survive this, but to thrive through this. Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, and Litecoin. I was confused in the beginning when I started doing this. Well, I shouldn't say I was confused. God clarified about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. We've been talking about, for a couple of years now, as Watchmen, we've been accumulating physical silver and Litecoin. What God showed me we needed to protect ourselves against the coming worldwide economic collapse. God showed me these things. When you look at what's happening around the world, and you've got an IQ over 50, you start to understand why he showed me these things. Because basically where we're headed is all paper assets within the next year, less probably, could be this month, are going to go to zero. All paper assets, pension funds, 401ks, retirement accounts, annuities, stocks, bonds, Your bank account. You're going to lose 80% of the value in your home the next 2 years. Physical silver and Litecoin are insurance against all of those losses. If you can invest $500 right now, you're going to have multiples of whatever you have in all those assets. You know, one ounce, one Litecoin, I think it's less than $58 a Litecoin. Some analysts believe it's going to be 3 million by 2024, and I think that number's conservative. Litecoin is a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are the future of money. I believe Litecoin is going to have the best return on investment of any asset in the history of the world, based on what God showed me in my own 25,000 hours of research. Litecoin is it's going to change people's lives. Thousands, tens of thousands probably now, from the Watchmen, who we've got to buy physical silver and Litecoin. So how many would you have to have? Most people, one Litecoin will easily cover anything you lose. What if you have 5 or 10 or 15? Think about the good you could do then. And that's where I was going with this, guys, is the whole purpose of this. We were talking about with our profits, we would pay a portion of that forward during the recovery when it's needed. Well, when God came to me 6 weeks ago, he clarified that. And that money is going to be designated to lay the foundation of the revival of God's church called the Way, which is the church that Jesus taught 2,000 years ago. Look it up if you're not familiar. The church that Jesus taught 2,000 years ago is called the Way. It wasn't adopted by the elite because the elite couldn't control it. There's no priest. There's no pope. We are all the church. We are all equal. The church is everywhere. We don't meet in a building once a week for an hour. You know, we're meeting in each other's homes. We're meeting on a job site to build a home for the homeless or put on a roof for an elderly couple that can't afford it. Doing yard work for the elderly. Cleaning up the houses that are in disrepair in our neighborhoods because people just can't afford to keep them up anymore. Ending homelessness, ending hunger in America to start, and then worldwide. The possibilities are endless, and the Watchmen will have hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, to help with this, to lay the foundation of the way, which God wants ready, and it is. We're ready to roll. We're rolling right now. To fill the void left when the Catholic Church collapses from the inside this year. The Catholic Church is coming down in 2020. The Pope is going to resign. He's going to make a statement that 50% of Catholic priests are pedophiles. And this thing crashes. God wants these hundreds of millions of Catholics to have a home, a place to go for comfort, a place to go for answers. The Pope's a satanic pedophile. Most of the people in the Vatican are satanic pedophiles. They torture and murder children. This is not a crazy conspiracy theory. What do you think Epstein was all about? Epstein was running honeypots for the CIA and Mossad in his mansion in Florida, his mansion in New York City, Pedo Island, and his ranch in New Mexico. There are thousands of hours of the most powerful people in the world torturing and murdering children. I'm not going to get into details tonight. This is horrific stuff, guys. You know, videos of Hillary Clinton sexually assaulting, torturing, and murdering an 8-year-old girl. Hillary Clinton and Uma Abedin. You can find it on the dark web right now. These are facts, guys. The NSA has everything. Military intelligence has everything. President Trump has everything. Do you think Epstein was what? Just a pervert? Epstein, those tapes are going to bring them all down. The most powerful people in the world, the Pope went to Pedo Island. What is the Pope doing at Pedo Island? What is Prince Andrew doing at Pedo Island? What is Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton? Bill Clinton over 25 times. Hillary went 6 or 8 times. What the hell's going on there? Wait till you see the video. When this goes down, the world is going to unite behind President Trump. Did you see what happened in India? He's already a rock star around the world. What the hell do you think is going to happen when he destroys the globalist agenda and locks up all of these monsters? All of them. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Pessoas, the Pope, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Everyone who's guilty is going to get the justice they deserve. It's not a coincidence that about 3 months ago, Barr reinstated the federal death penalty for murder because they are going to, I believe, execute. Anybody who's guilty of murder or treason is going to get executed. It's happening this year. It's happening before the election, guys. And when it does, when we hit that election, President Trump will win 90% of the vote. This is the end of the Democratic Party. They're so tied to this. It's the end for them. In for the mainstream media, in for the Federal Reserve, in for the CIA. They're all going down. President Trump, like I've been saying for a couple of years now, is going to use this collapse to clean house. Clean house through the banking industry, financial institutions, our government. 50% of our government's going to be gone by the time we get to the end of President Trump's second term. We don't need these people. Our founders are rolling over in their graves looking at the monstrosity that we've created with our government and how many people work for our government. It's ridiculous. They envisioned a small federal government. The states would handle the heavy load. You know, there's no reason for an FBI if the states are doing their job. You know, it was a total deep state play with the FBI. Don't need it. Don't want it. Time to go. Just look at just wait till you see the corruption and oh God, how many innocent people did they murder? How many innocent people did they put in jail to achieve their goals? It's disgusting for a country like America that, you know, is supposed to be guided by, well, not even guided, it's supposed to be inhibited by our Constitution. You know, that's the framework, guys. You got to work within the Constitution. And that hasn't been done for a long time in America. But we're getting back to it. That's the good news is America is getting back to the rule of law. There's going to be, you know, probably a little bit of panic. That's what we're there for, guys. This is what we do. We're here to calm the waters for people, to help them understand what's going on, so they're not running around like chickens with their heads cut off, panicked for whatever reason. There's going to be a lot of reasons to panic if you don't understand what's happening. You know, I'm pretty sure there's going to be martial law. At some point, the banks are probably going to close. I don't think this goes worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is power goes off, banks close, stores are out of food. That's worst case scenario. I don't see that happening. I think President Trump's on top of this. I think he keeps the power on, which keeps the water on. And I think he keeps the supply chain open so that even though stores might not be fully stocked, they'll have enough food to keep us going. As long as that happens, we'll get through this fine. Now, don't think because of what I'm telling you that you don't have to prepare. Because what you don't want is to be in an area, and there are going to be areas in the country that are worse than others, to be in a bad spot and not have what you need because I said it wasn't going to go worst case scenario. You know, it doesn't have to go worst case scenario to get people killed. Don't be that person that, you know, skimps on something and then puts their family in a bad position because you didn't do everything you could have to have yourself prepared. Now's the time to do it. With what's going on right now, what's happened the last couple of weeks with the coronavirus now steamrolling, snowballing, overhyping. What do you think's going to happen this week with the economy, with the stock market? Probably not great things. I mean, everybody's calling for the collapse now. You know, you're blind if you don't see this. Anyone who doesn't understand what's going on, please message me. I'll lay it out for you. The economy, it's a mathematical certainty. The worldwide economy is collapsing. Exactly when, I can't tell you. I can tell you it's going to be before the election, 100% for sure. And then you got the draining of the swamp and the exposure of the satanic pedophiles. I mean, think about that. Think about the world being, and all these things are probably coming in a 2 to 4 week period. So in 2 to 4 weeks, worldwide economic collapse, worldwide swamp draining, worldwide pedophiles being exposed and eradicated. I think that could panic some people. It shouldn't. There should be no panic, no fear here. We do not do fear at the Watchmen page. There's nothing to fear. All of this has to happen, guys. For us to have the world that God intended us to have, this has to happen. These guys aren't going to escape. It's going down this year. Got to be prepared. And we're in the 2-minute warning, guys. There's not much time left. So whoever you want to get ready, whoever you want to red pill and prepare, you better make your move. You know, be bold. Now's the time, if ever there was a time to be bold, it's now. You got nothing, there's no reason to not push the envelope right now. Because remember, even if you don't get through to them, even if you start an argument, it's planting seeds. They're going to remember the argument they had with you, and they're going to call you when they see this on the news. They'll have a place to go for some answers. So it's a good thing, guys. Don't be afraid of mixing it up a little bit on social media or with your friends. If ever there was a time, it's now. Don't miss the boat. And don't miss the boat on the prepping, on the Litecoin, on the silver. These prices, I mean, Litecoin is under 60 now. It was at 84 10 days ago or something. It's going to be back to 84 next week. Do not miss the boat. Don't put your family in that position. There's no reason to. If you've got the assets to make this happen, it doesn't take very much. You know, easily $1,000 could get you Litecoin, silver, and prepped if you know what you're doing. And if you don't understand that, again, message me or call me. My phone number will be in the comments section. The link for Coinbase, where you buy Litecoin, will be in the comments section. SD Bullion and JM Bullion, where you can buy your physical silver, will be in the comments section. Everything you need, you'll be able to find tonight in the comments section. If you have any questions, get a hold of me or Lisa or Danielle. We'll all be happy to help you. We have a great support group here, guys. We've got nearly 2,200 members now and growing. Our views are going through the roof. And, you know, somebody reported yesterday that Q recommended the Watchmen way for people to go to for answers. So I'm still waiting for a confirmation on that, but pretty awesome stuff happening, guys. Let me see, where are we here? All right, let's make sure I got everything here. Oh, Goldman now sees two. Did I do that already? 2 rate cuts? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, junk dimes, guys. So when you get your silver, there's going to be a section that's junk silver. And basically what that is, it's 90% silver coins. U.S. coins, dimes, preferably dimes, 1964 or older. Anything they sell under junk silver is going to be a U.S. coin that's 90%. Dimes get at least $300 to $400 worth of dimes. If you have to, if they don't have enough dimes because they're starting to run out, get quarters. But get at least $300 to $400 of junk silver. And then let's just say you're going to invest $2,000. So you got $400 into the dimes and quarters, and then $1,600 you're going to put into generic 1 ounce rounds. So there'll be pictures on the website of 1 ounce rounds. They're $9.99 silver. Buy $1,600 worth if that's what your budget is. It's 2. You spend 4 on junk silver, $1,600 on 1 ounce rounds. Get the cheapest ones you can. Don't pay extra for the premium. Waste of money. Buy it tonight. Don't wait, guys. Same with Coinbase. Get on there tonight. If you want to open a Coinbase account, you almost always have to have, if you've got a small bank, you've got to get Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, or Chase. You've got to get an account with Chase or one of those 4 so that Coinbase will accept your banking. You won't get through with a small local bank. It's got to be one of the big ones because they had too much trouble with all these little banks that didn't understand cryptocurrencies. They just finally shut them down. So you got to get an account opened quickly tomorrow if you don't have one. Get your silver tonight. You can buy silver with a credit card or I think a debit card. Buy it on the internet. They'll ship it to you. You want physical. It's got to be in your hands. They got to be shipping it to you. If you have local dealers, you can buy there also. You're going to get your best prices on the internet, guys. I always bought local just because I like to pay for it and have it in my hand. But for most people, it's easier just to order it online. They ship it to you. And you lock in the prices for tonight instead of tomorrow. Listen, if the thing crashes tomorrow, what do you think silver's going to be? You know, you probably won't be able to buy silver if we drop 2,000-3,000 points tomorrow. And this could happen, guys, in a day. Eventually, the prices are going through the roof. So why wait? These are gifts from God. Take advantage. God wants his people to control the financial system in this new world. He saw what happened when evil controlled the money, the power. Things are changing now. He wants his people to control the economic system. That's what Litecoin and silver is about. We control the monetary system. We lay the foundation to the way. So just think about that world. And so we're going to have the way ready. It's ready now for the collapse of the Catholic Church. Oh God, where was I going? Um, Damn it. Oh, and God's telling me that the way will be the biggest religion in the world in 20 years. It's going to explode when the Catholic Church comes down. And it makes sense. You know, I know Catholics now who are leaving the church in droves. I mean, I'm a Catholic. You know, I'm not a practicing Catholic because they're all satanic pedophiles. The Catholic religion has been corrupted over thousands of years, a couple of thousand years. Um, I don't know, there's 20 something books they removed 300 years ago, the Catholic Church did from the Bible. You know, the Bible was Emperor Constantine was in charge of assembling the Bible that we use today. A guy who would be a globalist, a guy who would be going to jail with Clinton and Obama, was a guy who oversaw the Bible, the assembling of the Bible. From hundreds of books, they whittled it down to what we got. And then they removed a bunch, like I said, 300 years ago. The truth about everything that's been hidden will be known. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about the Bible. I'm talking about government. I'm talking about our world history, our physical history, where we came from. It's not what they're telling us, guys. It's not what they're telling us. Cures for cancer, cures for virtually every ailment known to man, they have. Supposedly for 50 years they've had the cure for cancer. Why wasn't it released? There's no money in a cure. There's money in treatment. They'd rather torture us to death with chemotherapy and radiation. Yeah. Condoned torture. It's barbaric, the crap they've done. And they're going to be held accountable. We're going to have the world that God wants us to have. We're going to have the country that our founders wanted us to have. We are going to pull together as Americans here, like we do every time we're faced with a challenge. And we're going to get through this with flying colors. Again, no fear, no panic. Does you no good, guys. Headed into man's greatest age, greatest transfer of wealth in human history. I couldn't write a better script. What more do you need to know? Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, and Litecoin. Those are the bare minimums. You're going to adjust that, add to that, based on your own personal situation, your skill set, where you live, what you need. But that's the basis, the basics. Again, any questions, message or call me. Let's go through the questions. Joy, how you doing? Teresa, hello. Michelle, hello. Jeremy's life is great because him and his family are prepared and have been prepared for a while now. You have your warning. That's the truth, guys. If you're listening to these messages, you've got no excuse. Danielle, how you doing? Mansfield, how you doing? Robert, hello. David, what's up? William, Chad, Mike, colloidal silver. Hit Mike up for colloidal silver, guys. The other things you want are colloidal silver and carbon 60. Colloidal silver you can get from Mike. He actually makes this stuff for about 25% of what you pay at GNC for it. It's a natural antibiotic something you really want to have with what we're going to face. And the carbon 60 is probably the best antioxidant known to man. I've been on it 5 years. It's the most amazing thing I've ever taken. It's basically carbon 60 in olive oil. I get it from Amazon. It's like $18 for a 100 ml bottle that lasts a week. It's like 15 ml a day. Best supplement I've ever taken. My knees were horrible. I started taking this 6 weeks later, pain-free. And that was 5 years ago. No pain for 5 years. I can run again. My knees don't hurt walking on gravel or uneven ground. Amazing stuff. And then they're just scratching the surface of all the good it does for us. So definitely get your colloidal silver and your carbon 60 in olive oil. The brand is good and cheap. Carbon 60 in olive oil. It's like $17.99, I think is what it is. Buy some today. Again, figure it out. A bottle a week. So, it's about $80 a month. But definitely, I think something you should have, guys, especially with the virus going around. Even though it's a flu, would you rather not get it? Get your colloidal silver and carbon 60. Shirley, hello. Todd and Todd. How you guys doing? Rose, hello. Yeah. Buttigieg is out. Steyer's out. These losers are dropping. They're dropping. Scott, how you doing? The silver coins, guys, JM Bullion or SD. S is in Sam, D is in David, sdbullion.com. jmbullion.com. They'll be posted in the comment sections. Get your silver there. Gary, what's up? Larry? Rusty, what's up? Lisa, hello. Tessie, hello. Shelby. Angela, what's happening? Carolyn, good to see you. Rule of law is returning, Scott, for sure. Yep. Lisa's laying out the silver there for you. Time to drop the hammer, guys. Susan, how you doing? James, what's up? Rory, hello. My daughter here, guys. Myra. Yeah. I think we were 2,100 views from last night. And growing, guys. You're welcome, Jeannie. Yep. Get a hold of me. That's what I'm here for. Tessie's asking, what if you don't have a credit card or debit card? That's a good one, Tessie. I think you have to open a bank account. I mean, you have to. Don't miss this opportunity. Do whatever you have to do, guys. If it's changing banks or opening another account, don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime. Listen, this has never happened before in history. This transfer of wealth will never happen again. Don't miss the boat. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. You will. Trust me. Yeah, you could also go, listen, guys, Tessie's talking about, no debit card or credit card. You can go to a local dealer. You're not going to get Litecoin with cash, but you can take cash into a silver dealer and buy as much silver as you want, if you got the cash. So pawn shops will have it. You're going to get listen, Every big city has several um, precious metal dealers. So get on the internet, find them. Wherever you live, there'll be one or two. Donna, how you doing? Yeah, the churches are a joke. Again, trust me, guys. God, the reason that he's asked the Watchmen to lead the revival of the way is because he's not happy with what's going on in the churches. Not happy with the Catholic Church, Presbyterian, Episcopal, whatever. He's not happy. Anything that's a 501c3, he's not happy. The government has no business in a church's business, in God's business. They're overstepping their bounds. That's why the way is the perfect, the purest religion. You can't knock it. Tell the truth every time. Do the right thing every time. Live your life in the service of others. Donations. Don't go to another country. We put the donations into the hands of the needy. Go from me into the hands of the needy. There's no middleman. You can't knock this. Can't. There's no downside to the way. It will be the biggest religion in the world in 20 years. If you want to lead a better life, if you want to be a better person, you're at the right place. Yeah, DHS said a couple of months ago that everybody should have 6 months worth of food, at least. Do you have 6 months worth of food? You can always eat it later, guys. You're really going to be glad you had it if you need it. Well, we're thankful too, Danielle. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, guys. Lisa's asking that she needs everyone to email her to set up the member database. So get a hold of Lisa. Listen, I don't think it's going to happen now because I think we're too close and I don't think President Trump will allow it. The only way it's going to happen is if they just shut down all communications. We won't have social media. That's a possibility with martial law, at least for a short period of time, up to a week maybe. We want to be able to contact members and have members be able to contact us. So get your email to Lisa, please. And don't forget to sign up. I think there's a place on the Watchmen Way page where you can sign up also. Is that right, Lisa? Danielle said she talked to a pilot about the virus and said, "Why? It's a flu." He basically said the same thing I've been saying. Wash your hands. It's a flu. Libby, how you doing? Marcia, how you doing? Marcia's getting her head on straight. That's what you got to do, guys. Trust me. Cognitive dissonance is going to be rampant. Just think about all of these people who are sheep right now, who don't have a clue what's going on in the world and what's going on in our country. What's going to happen to those people? When the economy crashes, they lose everything. Clinton, everybody else, the Pope, the royal family, and they expose the pedophiles and what they've been doing to our kids. By the way, 800,000 go missing in America every year. That's not a mistake. That's a fact. 800,000 children a year go missing in America. And the reason the politicians aren't screaming about it, because they know where they're going. Child sex trafficking. And that's a fact, guys. It's all coming out. Tim, how you doing? Thank you, David. Yeah, Q, definitely 100% real. Tessie saw a video that says JFK Jr. is going to return on April 10th. We'll see. I do believe JFK Jr. is alive. We'll see what happens. Christopher, how you doing? Thank you, Danielle. Here, run the credit cards up, guys. Hey, listen, I believe there's going to be an economic reset. What President Trump would be doing right now, if he knew this was coming, he would be maxing out his credit cards buying silver and Litecoin. That's what President Trump would be doing right now. You're welcome, Keith. Rita's saying there's in Reading, there's a silver dealer, Cypress, off of Cypress on the west side of the freeway. Rita's been buying there. Well, if you're talking about Epstein, don't be so sure Epstein is dead, guys. There's a rumor that Epstein is at Gitmo. We'll see. It doesn't make any difference. It's not going to change anything. Mickey, how you doing? Yeah, anybody who's interested, go to YouTube and do a search on Vincent Fusca. F-U-S as in Sam, C as in cat, A. Fusca. Vincent Fusca. Also search Jennifer Mack, her video. She's got a video on this. President Trump, in many of his rallies, you can see interacting with a guy that is a dead ringer for JFK Jr., sitting next to a blonde dead ringer for JFK Jr.'s wife. Either they're trying to make people believe that JFK Jr. is alive or he's alive. And I don't think President Trump would play that game because he was good friends with JFK Jr. So I don't think he would use him this way or the memory of him this way if it wasn't real. We'll see. Susan, how you doing? No, guys. It's 800,000. Google it. How many children go missing in America? I've checked this, I don't know, 10 times in the last several months because everybody keeps telling me I'm wrong. Every time I Google this, 800,000 kids a year go missing in America. It's coming from a group. Well, just if you Google it, it'll come up. Lisa's saying she only has one person who's given their email. So let's get on that, guys. That's all part of the prepping. Okay, get on it, guys. We got to be able to communicate. Jeremy saying Robert Ball is a good source for Kennedy info on YouTube. Okay, guys. That's all the questions. Let's see where we're at here. Okay. Yeah, we're at an hour too. So, okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for tonight. Remember, be positive. This is a 2-minute drill right now. We probably have days left, weeks at the most. I don't think this is going to go another month or two. Whatever you need to do it now. Don't wait. You're playing with fire here. It's too close. You can't mess around now. Get it done. Make your calls, send your emails, send your texts. Do what you have to do. There's not much time left. No fear. No panic. This all has to happen. That's how we got to present this to people. All right, guys, remember, fear not. God and President Trump are 1,000% in control. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.